Yeah, RFM now brings you a live link from the 3rd annual SDC Night Village at Boundbrook Pavilion in Port Antonio. It comes to you courtesy of the Social Development Commission, building communities, building Jamaica.
Good afternoon, Muta.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Muta. This is Garth Graham and the Irish crew up here in Boundbrook Pavilion in Port Antonio. But Muta, earlier today, I'm going to prepare to take out my big umbrella and my water boat because the place is overcasted. And it looked like the good old Portland rain. You know, bless you up today. But nature good to it. The good old Portland weather. That we're experiencing right now. And Muta, me know say you know how Portland people stay.
Yeah.
Them warm, them friendly, and they're very creative. Trust me, Muta.
Yeah.
He love the reception now we get when we come up here. And just want to make you know, sir, couple jelly there, Phil.
But when I come up here, you have to bring them.
I bring them come along, man. I bring them come along here, man. Just to make you know beforehand.
All right, sir.
Before I reach.
So you're what o'clock you reach,
Think of it after 5 o'clock, man. By 6 o'clock, you will see me.
A generalship business you're talking, you know.
No, man.
Generalship business you're talking, you know.
I know generalship.
How much jelly you have up there? How much jelly you have? Tell me what jelly you have up there. About 2 dozen?
No, I'm going to get so much, man. I'm going to get so much Muta. You know, say, when I get me, I forget my share of title because the quenchings with them jelly I give up,
yeah.
A blessing.
All right, we'll get some dry one too, yeah?
All right, we're going to work on that.
Yeah, all right.
Jamaica, we are here at the Boundbrook Pavilion in Port Antonio, and we are here with the Port Antonio Development Area Committee, and they're working in collaboration with the Social Development Commission of Portland office, and they're hosting a Night Village Expo right here at the Boundbrook Pavilion, and this is part of the Local Economic Development Support Program. It is one of the components of a set of interventions designed to support the local community enterprises and to provide access to services for business development in the parish. Now, this is done through the engagement of agencies that are offering the services that address regulatory requirements. Those are the requirements that you need to start up a business, the standards and the product development, marketing and finance of local enterprises. Now, in general, these interventions are designed to respond to the needs identified specifically in the parish of Portland, namely high levels of unemployment among both adults and this event is intended and the program is intended to bring that support to the local economic development, which will result in the creation of employment and the provision of income at the local level. Now, with us, we have the FDC Parish Manager for Portland, Mr. Carl. Carl, welcome to the ears of IRFM.
Glad to be here.
Now, FDC is Jamaica's principal community development agency, working with Jamaica's 775 communities. So that's a good amount of communities. So tell us about the work that you do in the communities across the parish of Portland.
Okay. Again, thanks for having me. Portland accounts for 45 of the 75 communities in Jamaica. We impact our communities through our 7 national programs. These programs are being used here in Portland to provide holistic development for our residents and by extension our community. We have been implementing projects such as community centers, bus stops, KIP, beach cleanup, community beautification, climate change resilience projects, just to name a few. We are also very active in sports. Port Antonio Fire, which represented our cool parish of Portland, cleared 3rd place in the national T20 competition. We hosted our parish sports day in August, where the different development areas come together on a day of fun and excitement for all. We also hosted the only gig festival held in Jamaica earlier this year in Banga Ridge, that's up in the cool hills of Blue Mountain. We are also known for jerk cuisine. We hosted the CB Region 1 Pan Chicken competition in August. Next month, we'll be recognizing some of our community volunteers, which we recognize and highlight the work that they have been doing in our community in our annual parish awards ceremony.
All right. So actually, the FDC is hosting the third staging of the Port Antonio Development Area Committee Business Expo and Night Village. Explain to the listeners exactly what this Business Expo is and what the objectives of the events are.
Okay, Business Fair is a part of our flagship program, which is the Local Economic Development Support Program. This program supports development and creation of local economic initiatives. These are also called small businesses. We do this to increase wealth and decrease unemployment, as you mentioned earlier, in our communities. Wealth at the time is a catalyst needed to make a change. Sustainable wealth is one of the pillars of development. This expo will provide opportunity for local economic initiatives to market their goods and services, establish and strengthen networks with stakeholders, secure income and sales of our goods and services. Let us support your local enterprise. Today I say, let's buy Portland and build Portland.
All right, so are there any other key partners of the FDC for the parish here with us today?
Yes, we have a lot of the agencies, namely the municipality council are here, RGD, just to name a few of them. We have Portland Credit Union, the PC Bank, and the list goes on. We have over 15 of them here with us.
Okay, now before we go, how can listeners get more information on the FDC and work being done in their communities?
Okay, we are located at 5 Smack Road, Port Antonio, Monday to Fridays from 8 to 5 p.m. We have officers assigned to 3 of the 5 development areas. We can be contacted at 715-2189, that's our Portland office, on Twitter at SDC Jamaica, Instagram at SDC Jamaica, Facebook, Social Development Commission, and the SDC website, sdc.gov.jm.
Okay, so there you have it, Jamaica. Lots of happenings here at the Boundbrook Pavilion in Port Antonio, Portland. Lots of activities. The crowd pouring in, football match going on, domino tournament going on. Little bit from now, it's going to be talent contest. So come on over, come out in your numbers. This thing is guaranteed to open your mind and fill up your heart with lots of joy. This is Gareth Graham returning you to main studio. Muta, take it away.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man. That was... okay. That was a live link from the 3rd annual STC Night Village at Boundbrook Pavilion in Port Antonio. It comes to you courtesy of the Social Development Commission. Building communities, building Jamaica. We will join him again at 3:45. Yeah, good afternoon. This is a Steppin Razor, the art of war. We've gone almost 40 minutes into the program. And the only thing I could have said is a time signal. So anytime we see the program, says, we know say a holiday, they're near. So young remind me, say a holiday, Monday a holiday. I never remember about that, the holiday, the Heroes Day. Anyway, we have a letter here we want to read, you know. We did not read it last week, but we couldn't get to read it, so we're going to read it this week, yeah. It comes from Anatobia, Ita Borrell, housing scheme. Now, one of the people that send me and Anatobia listen to this, you know, because someone, a group of ones, vex up there. They say, hello, Muta, how are you? I am a resident of Ita Borrell housing scheme. I need some sanity back in my scheme. There is a bar coming from the Anatobia. There's a bar coming from Anatobia. It's the 3rd bar on the left. Okay? Let me get the direction. It's the 3rd bar on the left. There on the left. There is a bus stop in front of it on the right. The housing scheme is in front of this bar. Muta, from December, this bar open, my scheme turned into a ghetto. They play the most nasty music there any hours a night until day. The residents is like hostage in their own home. Sunday is the same thing. Them start in the evening. My scheme used to be so quiet and nice. I just want to leave. I live here over 23 years, and it's the worst bar operator come there. See what you can do for us. elderly, and children. Elderly and children live in the area. Okay, to go over and say, no. Working class people live here. We don't want this type of entertainment in our scheme. You can't sit on your veranda because it's pure nasty music in your ears. Elderly citizens suffering. Does bar have a special time to close? Does police patrol at night? Mostly every night we have to call police. Please help us. Thanks. No, I don't know. It sounds like a lady, all right. It's mama, I don't know what to tell you. More than I hope they might hear me and read this letter, yeah. The people, them with the bar, you know, so that's why people complain about the music. It's not like that them want, it's sometimes a certain kind of music make the people them vex, you know. So can you imagine you have a bar in front of your housing scheme, and because sometimes nobody know in the bar, you know. And the sound man that play the music and the DJ, they had 2 man sit down there. No, I'm nowhere to go. I drink 2 liquor there, you know. And the man, them used to leave for the Barbican, when we live for the Barbican there, you know. Them have one bar, you know, you can't stay. The bar is far from your house, you know, that's that. And you see when the man them ready for shout and bat, one night me I come home, you know. And me them at night, when me look in there, it's about 4 people in there, you know. Me I tell you, it's about 4 people in there. So I understand where the woman here go through, you know. All these people are go through. Mutabaruka housing scheme and not to be St. Mary. The people them with the bar were in front of the housing scheme. Old people live over there, so only for ease up half of the nastiness. I mean, how them knows the people why them nasty? If 2 and 3 people in a bar, why them have to turn it off to make the whole? It's like some man that drive them car. And them stop. And them a blaze up the car like them, you know why here for them as play? Why them not just play it to make them hear it? So them a complain, the housing scheme, the people, the police them in not to be here. We are asking to pay attention to this thing, you know, because I understand where the people them are go through. We are asking the police them in not to be able to pay attention to this. I can't do nothing more than bring it to the public attention and the authorities' attention. The people them in this housing scheme, Mutabaruka housing scheme and not to be St. Mary, is complaining about a bar we're in front of the housing scheme. And them say, every night, including Sunday, the people them starting at the evening with the whole heap of nasty. She 2 times she mentioned nasty music, you know. That means say, maybe if it was another kind of music, she wouldn't really ball out. She would say, what kind of loud. But them emphasize the nasty music, and we understand what you say. When the man ready to play the nasty music, them no care. Them not have no feelings about other people. The bar in front of the housing scheme. Anybody who know the bar, they tell them say Muta talk about the bar upon the housing scheme because the people them in the housing scheme is tired and fed up with it from December. Them a talk about it and now them write with letter. Them write with letter for complain about that bar. Please, we are asking you, curtail the nasty music we are playing at the bar. Because you can bet you have some Christian people too, you know. You know, them old people will retire and sit down there for them veranda and want them have to go and lock up in their house and in their house because they don't have air condition. So them start to feel even more vexed, like them in a hell. The woman said 30 and how much years she live? 23 years she live there. And it's the worst bar operator come there. That means the bar is there all the while, you know. But this operator, you know, you can't imagine them turn all the big bags them out the road. And the man them set up on the roadside and play the music like them and play to 10,000 people out there, I imagine, and them all step them and play to. You can do better. We are call the police. We are call the police from IRFM, so. And not to be a police. We go investigate this bar where I make so much time because bar is supposed to go on so loud. We don't know if it's another police own the bar. Good all the police own the bar too, you know. Believe you me. So, we don't know. We don't just fix it for the people, them. No, fix it. Yes. Mr. Hewitt with him articulate voice, man. May I tell you? Okay. So here I say now. Holiday they away. Advertisement them enough. We have so much things to deal with and so much music. We have whole heap of brand new music to play. But you know, we're going to link with the BITU, the head of the BITU. Yeah. Bossamant Industrial Trade Union. We have talking about two things. We were supposed to do it last week, but as we said, we never deal with it last week. But we want to deal with it this week. It's not old news. It's just something that concern me personally, and I think it concerns a whole heap of people, because we don't understand we are going to Jamaica when we talk about things are better, this will get better and that will get better. And we can recognize the workers them is what is making the thing turn. The workers make the thing turn. If you're not taking care of the workers them, you're in a serious problem. I said, why people always complain about organic food expensive. Well, that's not the question. The question is not organic food so expensive. You must ask the question, how fast food so cheap. When you get right down to it, which one costs more in the long run? When you eat the food that's good for you and you stay healthy, then you eat the fast food them will get you sick, and then you have to go to the doctor, you can't afford it. You remember them used to tell you about anyway, we have to come back to this thing here, but you know, them used to tell you, say, why right now we must, hey, all right, you know, we have to come back to it. Sure, listen up, special fat dries up next. No, we did not talk about this doctor thing and this food thing where people always are complaining about, why, you know, organic food too expensive. And when I said that's not the question you must ask. Why is it so expensive to buy health food? You must ask the question, why is it so cheap to buy food that is not good for you? Who is planning all these things? Who is planning these things? Because if you look, you know, if you're looking at developed countries, you know, and you say, for them, store, we sell all the whole heap of GMO and all sort of thing, you know, and if you're looking at third world countries going to market, more people don't really want to deal with the market thing. With vegetables and all them something there, they better go buy the thing this and the thing that and the thing this and the thing that. But when you get right down to it, remember people used to say, money can't buy life. Well, it's like what them used to tell you, say, see I'm blind here and deaf, and now them will tell you, say, well, right now, anything you see, you must talk. Well, me, I tell you, say, money can buy life. Because you see, if poor people were sick more than everybody else, didn't have money, a whole heap of them life would have saved. A whole heap of life would have saved if we could have afford the doctor bill. And it's true, we're uneducated about how to eat properly. And it's not that if you eat good, you're not going to dead, you know. But the problem, the fear of death worse than death, you know. The fear of death worse than death. So you see, the problem of every time something happens to you, you can't figure it is why you have to go to a doctor. And sometimes some simple little thing happen to you, you know. If I want to know them body, if you didn't know your body, like when you eat, what happened to you when you eat that? When you drink that, what happened to you when you drink that? When you walk certain way, what happened to you? If you didn't know all these things, you know, but people don't study themselves. They make a doctor study them for them, and they know when them go out there, and the doctor say, go to the pharmacy, go buy that. Or you need an x-ray, or you need something where you need. You can't afford it. A whole heap of people dead because them can't afford the medicine where it's needed and necessary to keep them alive. And doctor can keep you alive. No care nobody want to tell you damn foolishness. But nobody can, if you're dead, you're going to dead and all them something there. It's rubbish. Everybody who are taught these things, when them sick, them go to hospital, them go to doctor. So there's something that people know that you don't know. And you see our indigenous getting better people, where we are run from, you know, because we say our be a business and all them something there. We call it herbal healing. Yeah, some people, it's only an African thing, you no matter about witch doctor, you know. A doctor can't be a witch. It's either he's a witch or he's a doctor. But you never call people in Europe witch doctor. Only people in Africa where deal with herbal medicine and natural healing, you never call them witch doctor. when you deal with, in America, when you start deal with herbs and this and that for heal people, them call it therapeutic and them call it holistic healer and all this terminology. But when Africans do the same thing, you hear say, is them a witch doctor. It's like when you see on the TV when the Indian them advertise them obia, them nobody now call it obia. You know, see them call it meditation and all sorts of things. So you over say now. You see the food thing, we can't emphasize it too much, you know. May I tell you, say, food not going to stop you from dead, you know. But food and how you eat and your eating habit can prevent the problems that you have in your life. If you keep going to the doctor where you can't afford it, and when you can't afford the medicine, you get more sick. You get sick because you can't afford the medicine, so you start to worry. And the fear of death is worse than death. Because in death, there's no fear. So that's why you know that. Say, really and truly, we have to really watch what we are doing. And hear the virgin talk about it on the music, that's all. And we really agree with what I say. You understand? Okay, so here we go now. Here we go. As I say, we want to go into some reasoning about works. You know, sister, I just called me a while ago and remind me that today is the anniversary of that workers' Rise Up Rebellion in St. Thomas, the 11th of October. We're talking about Paul Bogle. The rise up of Paul Bogle for the working class people of Jamaica. Well, we have on the line here Kevin Gale, the head of the Bustamante Trade Union. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Muta, and good afternoon to your listeners in the length and breadth of Jamaica.
All right, sir. You know, I was supposed to do this interview from last week, you know, but I saw it go. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
All right. It's two things I really want to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I want to talk about the bank, Scotiabank.
Scotiabank.
Yes. I don't know if you remember it because it's from a good little while now. The Scotiabank is planning to lay off some of the workers after making like billions of dollars profit. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, man.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, you want to represent the workers? No, want to represent the workers?
Yes, man.
All right.
As we speak,
All right.
As we speak, I have the executive delegates in the conference room of the BITU.
Yes.
Discussing the same issue.
So the
and
news
preparing to respond to the bank.
The news is not old then. All right. Tell me exactly what is happening, because we have known to the banks, especially the bank them, to be making billions of dollars. Even in the first quarter, second quarter, we hear billions of dollars make. Why is it that the issue of the workers is coming into contention?
Well, let me tell you, Muta. This is a multi-billion-dollar bank.
Yes.
That has made billions of dollars here in Jamaica based on the support from the customers and clients in Jamaica. One of the largest profitable regions in the entire Scotiabank. Now, what they have done, in our view, an effort to chase corporate greed, they have decided that you have some support persons that support the salespeople and deal with customer information and customer interface.
Yes.
That has been doing an excellent job throughout many years.
Yes. They
have decided that they want to take those jobs and transition those jobs in a place called Dumrep.
In a place
where the culture is different, the language is different, and they are not as effective as us in dealing with the Jamaican customers.
Yes.
And so 100 jobs will be lost if the bank goes through with this. Now, what they have said to us is that they are trying to improve the efficiency and manage the structural cost and to provide a different type of leadership. Now, we have some initial questions in rejecting the bank's position. One, if you wanted to improve the level of efficiency,
Yes.
it is only reasonable and prudent that you tell the people who are operating, believe that they were doing an effective job, that you want to increase the level of efficiency, and then provide the level of support that would get that level of efficiency. If you want to deal with the customer base, to improve the customer base and the customer support, then why not ask the same people who are treating with these customers here in Jamaica? What is the expected customer experience? Now, what they are doing, because they have indicated to us also that they are creating a new digital platform, digital transformation.
You know, that me never bring up.
Yeah, man.
The machine effect.
So what they have done is that they invest in the technology in Danrep and starve the improved technology out here in Jamaica, where they could have given the Jamaican base that level of technology and support.
Yes. So are they saying that there's no one here to facilitate that kind of technology for interface with the customers and the...
But of course, there are persons here, there are teams here that can effectively do that. But you see, we believe that the objective is to place the operation in a jurisdiction where there's less cost to the business. No union, no their damn rep.
Yes.
You're placing it in an area that you call center of excellence, but what we view it as is a big, massive shop of just some people that can carry out your work how you want to determine it. Now, ironically, last year they transitioned some jobs, 100 of them, to Trinidad. We resisted it. But when they moved those jobs to Trinidad, they had some structural downfall in meeting the customers' needs. Something that we told them that was going to happen,
Like, give me an example of the structural downfall.
Service level agreement, they used to, if they were to respond to you as a customer in 24 or 48 hours, is all 72 hours. Some things that our people usually get within a defined period, it takes some longer time, longer turnaround time. So the customers became very irate. But guess what? What they did as a result of that is the plans that they could have put in place to manage that efficiency. When it was highlighted, they put it in place afterwards.
So after you ball out, then put it in place.
As it fall out, then put it in place. And what we are saying is that if you want to create a level of efficiency, then come talk to us about the desired results that you want to achieve, man. It's only fair to the workers,
Of course.
So it's rough.
So you don't say, having a meeting. You're presently in a meeting now. What is this meeting supposed to bring forth? What
the meeting is to do is to critique the bank's proposal.
Okay.
Identify the areas of faults and where we can criticize it. And then in an effort to make recommendations to the bank as to how we can save these jobs.
Okay. And then still, they, after, I don't know how much weeks now is at it, but the insistence to move the 100 is still there. There's no compromise taking place. No compromise.
Well, we don't reach the level of compromise yet.
Okay.
Because we have this last week they made the overall proposal to us in detail. 2 weeks ago they advised us. We tell them they need to provide the details. This last week they provide the details.
Yes.
This week we're reviewing it. Next week we're going to consult with the 3 individual areas to get a clearer insight from the people. And then we're going to go back to the bank to critique it and make our recommendations. And the intent of the Muta is Jamaica has taken off. Jamaica is open for business.
Yes.
This is against the government plan to strategically create employment.
Yes.
A big multinational should not be cutting so much jobs. It should be creating more jobs in this country.
And them not losing money.
They're not losing money.
Yeah.
The last quarter, you know, up to the last quarter,
Yeah.
about 3 weeks ago, they declared $11.2 billion in profitability.
After
This is
tax?
not a bank that is not making money.
After tax or before tax?
After tax,
Them have $11 billion.
$11.2 billion. This is where all the customers' efforts, the charges that the customers have to face,
Yeah,
the work that the workers would have had to do to beat those sales targets.
Yeah, but
this
Bridget,
is the result of it.
Bridget, this is capitalism gone mad, man. You tell me, say, a company in a Jamaica, in a 3 months, after them take out taxes, make $11 billion?
Well, it would be after 9 months.
Yeah, 9 months. Yeah, 9
After
months.
9 months.
Yeah, 9 months make $11 billion, Rasta.
$11 billion.
And them want cut staff.
And chasing more.
Them
So
should
one of the
have, them
things
should
that
have
we tell us
employ more
is,
people.
how much money them want save out of cutting these people?
And you can just imagine the top people, them how much money them a get.
Well, that might be a glorious embarrassment. And none of those persons are going. It's the little people them where
May I tell you?
that are part of the slave train.
Yeah. We
That
interact with the customer.
they
them.
work 24/7. Some of them can't go home.
Yes, yes.
The 100 of them and their families are going to be affected
Of course.
by a multi-billion-dollar
company.
multinational.
Yes, yes. And so when the government, I mean, I know you represent the but I want to bring this to the government. Is there any
Well, I am
intermediate?
starting with the interface with the bank.
Eh?
That's where I start. That's where I'm starting. I'm
Oh,
starting
so
with
the
interface
Ministry of
with the
Labour
bank.
not took into that yet.
We don't reach the stage of asking the state to intervene yet.
Yes, yes.
We are local level right now.
Yes.
But we may very well have to call on the government to step in,
Yes.
not to allow this type of thing where you are dealing with a multinational that would have made billions out of this country,
Yes.
and to create that level of unemployment and impact on the society
Yes.
is great.
Yes.
One of the things we want to ensure, no company at this time should be walking away from Jamaica.
No.
They should be coming in. We are attracting investment.
If you're
And
here, some company
Jamaica
and
for
make billions of
Scotiabank
Brethren.
has been a profitable jurisdiction.
Brethren, if a company make in a 9 months make $11 billion, you know, brethren, I love
Yeah, man.
billion dollar, that, you know. I love billion. So this
Countries no make that in a muta.
look here, the Scotia Bank in a Jamaica is the hub of all Scotia banks anywhere in the world, because Scotia banks in a Jamaica are thick more than even the one them in Canada.
Of course, this is one of their most profitable jurisdictions.
Yeah.
This is where they make money.
Yes.
But you see, it's all part of a race to the bottom, corporate greed.
Yes,
If
yes,
you
yes.
find that you can cut and send home some of your people
And make
to
more
be
money.
hungry and destitute in order to make more money,
It's a capitalism, man.
heights of capitalism,
Yes,
corporate greed
Yeah.
at the highest level.
Yes. All right. Make we go to the Mandela Highway.
Yeah, man.
The Mandela Highway seems to be going on and on and on. And now, this is the next multinational corporation where feel like, say, we're not supposed to do certain things. And I want to blame the government, because if it's a local company that do, where the Chinese company that do, they would have to answer a whole heap of questions. And we realize, say, the Chinese, them not answering questions from the offset. Because there's certain things that them should have put in place from them start to deal with the thing. And don't come make uno no after quarrel, say, the people, them not have no ID, them not have this and that. What go on the Mandela Highway?
Muta, let me tell you something. As a trade unionist and as a Jamaican, we welcome investment that create structural development
Yes.
and the prospects for jobs. We welcome it. But any company, anywhere in the world that you're coming from, must respect the sovereignty of the country that it
Yes.
intends to invest in.
I agree.
And there are certain labor standards that you must abide by. Now, you indicated that you blame the government. Successive administrations have interfered with multinational development and investment. The mistake that the successive government had made is that from the initial stages of discussions, a framework and understanding should have been established that, listen, there are some elements of labor standards, industry rates, that whilst you're coming here, and laws and policies that you're going to have to agree with. Let's start the rule of the football game before the referee blow the whistle. Right? And that is the failure. Because one of the critical things that is affecting these workers, is that you bring in an employer who wishes to pay them anything when there's already an established set of rates. A set of rates that if you are a tractor driver, if you are a mason, if you are a carpenter, if you are a laborer, you must know that this is your rate. It's on a piece of paper where you can identify it and you hold the man who employ you to a certain standard. The second thing is that you're working in an industry where occupational safety and health is important. Now we're going towards the new occupational safety and health legislation. But outside of that, you can't have people working in unsafe conditions, working without proper protective clothing. You can't have a man at work, Muta, and in that even get a pay slip to say, I work with this company, and this is what my pay say, and the pay match up to an industry rate.
All right, so let me ask
you can't have a situation where the man have concerns, and he don't have nobody to talk to, and you're abusing him in the process.
All right, let me ask you a question. The pay go to a bank direct, or each person on the site get them pay every Friday or whatever them get paid?
It is my understanding that the pay goes to a bank direct. But even if the pay goes to a bank direct, you must get a piece of paper in an envelope. If you say, this is what you get for this
week
pay
or
week or fortnight or monthly, so that you know you get the right thing.
And, all right, and the government of Jamaica have a certain pay that certain class of workers get. Like the tractor driver now. What is the law concerning a tractor driver in Jamaica?
Well, I don't have the rates itself in front of me. But you would have had where the trade unions and other contractors, other companies of similar nature, establish a GIC rate, Joint Industrial Council for Construction, and it lays out the rates. That is the standard to which the tractor driver, the mason, the carpenter, the backhoe operator, that is the rate that they get. And ironically, Muta, when you had the French company, Bouye and Phil Construction, that are multinationals, they abided by this rate. Why is it that Czech don't want to use this rate as the standard operating rate?
We must ask.
And we are insisting that if that is the industry standard, that is what you should use.
Well, I think the better question is, why is it that after so long operating in Jamaica, that the government, whether this GLP government or the European government, has allowed Czech to be operating beyond, below the level of the prescribed rate? You know, that is really what we should have.
And what we are suggesting is that having identified the problem and having identified so many demonstrations and disruptions, one of the ways to fix the problem is to insist and encourage that there's a medium, and they must abide by the medium. Encourage it. Because nobody wants disruptions. We want, Muta, that at the end of the day, the targets in terms of this infrastructure is met. You don't think I want drive on The one who go through 3 miles and know that I go pan a overpass in quick time and it improve the productivity of this country. You don't think I want to ensure that there's no disruption so the workers continue to work? One of the things that would be good, because we can learn from them Chinese, But some of these workers should at least leave with some level of certification coming out of this. So that there can be more employers.
Because after the Mandela Highway, what next for them? After the Mandela Highway, what next?
Yes. What next?
After all of these roads don't build, what next?
Muta, there are going to be other infrastructural work taking place across the country.
Yes.
But let's fix the problem, man. Let's prevent the disruption that is causing lack of productivity and efficiency in the country. Sit down at the table and we agree.
All right, so let me ask you.
Standards that workers don't feel exposed.
All right, so after how much weeks now, where it reach now with the arguments and the back and forth? Where it reach?
Well, we are still continuing to pursue both the government and check. Let us sit down and agree. Let us have a mechanism. Right now, they are still not recognizing us as the trade union representatives. And we are not going anywhere. As every time the workers call us, we're going to show up.
So who said don't recognize you?
It's just like what happened with the other multinationals.
Who you say don't recognize you? Who you say don't recognize you?
We sit down and we talk about the thing.
No, who you say don't recognize you? Check don't recognize you?
Check don't recognize the union.
Then there's no authority for sure them say only the legitimate with them for the workers, them representative for the workers.
But that authority should be encouraged by the state.
Yeah, that may I say. So I mean, what kind of lapse
should
that?
Be encouraged by the state.
It's a lapse.
Mind you, the other multinationals they came through. It's a voluntary process of just accepting that you come in our country. This is the standard. This is the practice, and you work with the practice. What Czech is not doing is Czech refuses to work with the practice.
Something fishy are going. I see that there's a conspiracy going between Czech and the authorities outside of the workers them, because there's no way them could have operated so long in Jamaica and you know have to come now after so much road and so much highway bill already. If come now, if come and figure out the real situation. Something fishy are going, Bridget.
Well, I would love to find out what that is.
I hope you find out, because in the interest of the workers them need to find out too. I want you up all the people them on the Mandela Highway who enter into our part them say Mutabaruka road soon done.
All right. Do not want to hear say the thing soon done, because the infrastructural development is good for the country.
Of course.
But you must not abuse the standards that we have.
No.
That the Hugh Shearers, the Buster Mantis, the Michael Manleys have fought for.
Yes. All right, Mr. B, Kevin, Gail.
Yeah, man.
Give thanks. I really love follow it up still enough to see what is the position of the check now after we make certain representation and things, and then we call you back again and here we are going. But keep this how we are going. Give thanks.
Anytime. Respect, brethren.
Yes, that is the head of the Busterman, the trade union, Kevin, Gail. We're talking about two things as it relates to the workers. Them one, Scotiabank, who want to lay off 100 workers, and also the Mandela Highway, where there's a strike going on now, and it kind of a prolong. Click it. Yes, IRFM now brings you a live link from the 3rd annual SDC Night Village of Boundbrook Pavilion in Port Antonio. It comes to you courtesy of the Social Development Commission, Building Communities, Building Jamaica. Over to God Graham. Yes, sir.
Okay, Muta. Thank you.
Rain or fall still?
No, man, no rain at all. It just get a little overcasted and all, but unlike Kingston, we're cool and dry.
Rain or fall at Kingston?
Yeah, man, just get a phone call for Kingston and wash your motor. But I'm glad to Portland's a little distance from Kingston, so we're cool and dry.
Okay.
Yeah, man. All right, so with me now here at the Boundbrook Pavilion in Port Antonio, Portland, is the SDC Community Development Officer, Nadine Simpson-McLean. Nadine, welcome to IRI FM.
Thank you for having me.
All right. As the Community Development Officer for Port Antonio, tell us about the work that you do, specifically with the Local Economic Initiative, the LEIs.
Okay, as I said, good afternoon, listeners. Well, as Community Development Officer, it is my responsibility to work with the local economic initiatives within the Port Antonio development area, starting from Snow Hill in the west to Drapers in the east. What I do is actually go around and identify within the communities local persons or groups, well, basically the CDCs, so the 7 community development committees. We are encouraging all of them to establish a business that they can own, operate, and employ persons within the development area, within the parish, as unemployment is our number one problem within this parish. So basically right now we have 33, we have a whole lot of LEIs within the Port Antonio development area.
Okay, so you answered a part of my next question because I really wanted to know how many LEIs you have here in the parish. But tell me, what are some of the goods and services that the LEIs under your supervision they produce and offer?
Well, we range from supplying communities with water. We have bridal registry, persons who go around and events planning. We do, I was just speaking now, we just established a new one where we raise rabbits, with rabbit meat. We have art and craft, but we have community tourism. We have persons who do pastry, drinks, natural juice, and a whole lot more. Everything I can think of, the LEIs in Port Antonio are doing them.
Well, thank you so much, Nadine, for giving us such a clear perspective on the range of coverage that the LEIs cover here in Port Antonio. We have one of the LEIs with us this afternoon, a gentleman with a very interesting name, Mr. St. Fergus Mitchell. Sir Mitchell, welcome to the airwaves of IRI FM.
Yes, thank you for having me here. St. Fergus, very interesting, yeah. Named after a great African king. Yeah, ancient African king. Yeah, so my father wasn't sleeping when he was naming me. Even named after Marcus, God. My middle name is Marcus. So I have great names, and my name is Saint. So I have a great thing to live up to and to be respected for. So it's pleased to be affiliated with the Drapers community in the SDC and the CDC, Ms. McNeil and Mrs. Davis. It's a wonderful thing to work with them to develop the community. And out of the development of the community, where Ms. McNeil and SDC come together in meetings and encourage the community to develop products in their community and to start businesses. So out of that came the Fruity Ice business, which I'm promoting today.
So you do Fruity Ice. Tell us just a little bit about Fruity Ice.
Okay, Fruity Ice is made from natural fruits, and most of it is sugarless. We have a lot of features like Guinea iced tea, Guinea Fruity Ice, and mango Fruity Ice, and apple Fruity Ice, tamarind, whatever fruits come in season. I harness all the fruits and process them into a base, and I work them into my processing machine and come up with a beautiful iced flavor of that fruit. So it's a good thing in Portland, Jamaica.
Okay, so St. Fergus, can you let the listeners get your contact information? People are curious now because they are listening to IRI FM. IRI FM is the #1 station. We cover the world. So undoubtedly there are many persons who want to know how to get in touch with you because they'd want to sample your product. What's your contact information?
Oh, absolutely. I'm located right opposite Jamaica Palace Hotel out in Williamsfield near the Drapers District. And my number is 1-876-865-5959. And basically, I would like to put this product out on a wholesale level so that other retailers may have the opportunity to go in business and to double and triple their money. You know what I mean? So it's an investment opportunity for the community.
All right. So, Jamaica, that's it for me again, right here at the SDC. This is the night out right here at Bound Brook in Port Antonio. And we want to tell you to come on out. Lots of stuff happening, football, prizes and surprises, giving away talent contest, and a whole lot of sampling and interesting stuff happening here. So it's back to Master Control. Back over to you, Muta.
Yeah, give thanks, God. Yes, that was a live link from the 3rd annual SDC Night Village at Bound Brook Pavilion in Port Antonio. It comes to your courtesy of the Social Development Commission, Building Communities, Building Jamaica. We will get a next link at 5 minutes past 5. Yeah, we just get some information. 2 months after the jurors awarded a dying cancer patient $289 million. That is in America. The judges are, we're talking about the ruling against Monsanto. And 2 months ago, them award this man $289 million. The judge is taking issue with the amount and might overturn a huge chunk of it. In other words, now they might give him less than $280 million. Former school groundkeeper Dwayne Johnson won the landmark case against Monsanto, claiming the company's popular weed killer Roundup caused his non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Johnson is the first of more than 4,000 cancer patients to take Monsanto to trial. The big question at stake were whether Roundup can cause cancer, and if so, whether Monsanto failed to warn consumers about the product's cancer risk. The jury sided with Johnson on both and awarded him $250 million in punitive damage to punish Monsanto, and about $39 million in compensatory damages for Johnson's lost income paid and suffering. But on Wednesday, San Francisco Superior Court Judge Susan Bolanos made a tentative ruling that could nick the $250 million punitive award and prompt a new trial. She said the plaintiff presented no clear and convincing evidence of malice or oppression to support an award of punitive damages. So it's not that them not say Monsanto guilty, them just say the damage where the court award is too much. So thousands of cases still hang in the balance for Monsanto. This is a serious thing that take place where we need to take a stock of, because a lot of Monsanto products are in Jamaica. Believe you me, a lot of Monsanto products is in Jamaica. Yes. Within. So we see that the minister, where is now though? Where the minister is now? Where the minister is? Minister Adlicha, where is now? Minister of what? Agriculture, this, that, and all them something, don't it? Some whole heap of ministry marvelous or now, but we see that the minister is heading to China and government business. Minister Adlicha is going to China and government business. I'm calling upon the Minister of Security. I'm calling upon the Minister of National Security and the Prime Minister to please confiscate Adlicha's cell phone. Because I know him don't fully pay out the bill already when they owe before. And we don't want him to go to China with no cell phone. Because the man don't know when him WhatsApp. You understand? WhatsApp is something you can use anywhere in the world for you have Wi-Fi. And you don't have to pay a fee. And you can talk any length at all. All the food is where you want to talk. So I am calling up on the ministry to take away Mr. Shah's cell phone. Because, trust me, the bill, horrible. Every time, horrible. Click it. Yes, may I tell you, next week is holiday, man. May I tell you, man, enough things. You know, the other day we say, Heineken start time, yeah, them keep it until the last one. And one of the reasons, a lot of ones that say why them can't keep no more of them vintage show is because a whole heap of the elder artists them dead. But we see Horseman come with one, you know, Stars Are Us, where him go, they go find them. And one of them where them find is one of my great group, the Wailing Souls. We never really say Wailing Soul pan a big show out here for a long while. So we give thanks, say Horseman could have go find Wailing Soul, you know. Plus you have the usual suspects pan it, big youth and all them man there, you know, yeah, so the thing can go on, man. So we want Yellow Horseman for that, you know. Yeah, we want Yellow Horseman for that. RFM now brings you a live link from the 3rd annual SDC Night Village at Boundbrook Pavilion in Port Antonio. It comes to you courtesy of the Social Development Commission, Building Communities, Building Jamaica. Over to Gart Graham. Yes, sir.
Muta, yep. We're back here at Boundbrook for this very wonderful occasion here. Muta, up here vibes, football match, domino tournament. Beer vibes in Portland, my brother. It is really, really, really good. And so far we've been getting some positive feedback. We're actually getting phone calls from people, you know, wanting to know when this is going to come, something like this is going to come in their area. So IRFM really is touching the ears and the hearts of the listeners. Right now, we're going to be joining Carol Holgate. Carol is the second VP for the Boundbrook CDC, and she is the chairperson for the Portland Parish Development Committee, the PTDC. Carol, welcome to the airwaves of IRFM.
Thank you so very much. Happy to be here.
Okay. Now, Carol, what is the role of the Boundbrook Community Development Committee, and how has the SDC been partnered with this committee?
All right. The role of the Boundbrook CDC is of a dual nature. One, it is to encourage the citizens to be a part of the development process of the community. And so we take the voice of our community members and put it at the seat of government through partnership with the SDC. So, our communities will be what we make it. And so, we can't complain because government has afforded us this wonderful opportunity, not for them to hand us down a decision that is made and that we have to accept, but that, they're taking a bottom-up process, and I truly believe that that is the way things ought to be.
So the partnership indeed has encouraged the best to come to the fore because it's not handed to you, but you're a part of the process.
Absolutely. The voice of the people at the table of government.
Couldn't be better said. Now tell me, why did Boundbrook Community Development Committee alongside SDC see fit to host the third staging of the Boundbrook Port Antonio Development Area Committee Business Expo and Night Village?
Quite a mouthful. But our Night Village, the first and second staging, we saw where our business community came out and displayed, their craft to community members. I think it is a good venue for our business owners to come out and allow community members to see the services that they have available in the parish, and also for the community members to see the various services that are available in the community to them. Because sometimes, depending on where you are, sometimes you run into town for a few things. You are not really aware of the diverse amount of services and goods that are available, and also to give assistance in various areas of need.
Truly. And I can tell you from my observation and from visiting a couple of the booths, it's not just something that people hear about. People are actually here, they're curious, and they are actually interacting with the LEIs. So it's actually impacting on the community as we speak. Now, what are some of the benefits that you are hoping to attain from this Business Expo? And are there any new activities that CDC that you might want to highlight?
Well, some of the major benefits, as I said previously, is for the community to be aware of the various services and goods that are available to them in the area, and also for them to be aware of the work of the CDC in the parish, and to know that, a lot of the works and projects that they see, sometimes they really don't know, but that it's the same community members that are advocating government while we see, I mean, you look at this beautiful wall outside, it was painted through the CDC initiative. There is the community sign up welcome you to the community of Boundbrook. The very playfield that we are on hosting Night Village. The CDC was able to attain a lease for 25 years, you know, through the CDC and its partnership with government.
Nothing short of being awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, it is very, very vital that community members, you know, develop the confidence that, you know, government is not just inviting them, but we really, really have the opportunity to really change the future of our community.
Great. So, in parting, what would you say to listeners in Portland and to Jamaica at large as it relates to being directly involved with community development?
I would like to say to all Portlanders, all Jamaicans, you know, that you should not stay home. If there is a vibrant community development committee in your area, you should definitely come out and be a part of it, because it doesn't just affect you and your children or your grandchildren, but it affects the future of all generations. You know, I mean, the government is advocating that they want Jamaica to be the place of choice to work, to live, to grow family. And wouldn't it be nice that you be a part of the architectural design, that you are actually helping to put in place the sort of community that you want? You know, one that is peaceful, one that is crime-free, as Portland is known for. You know, where the aesthetics are so beautiful. I mean, the MC and state says he wants a piece of land to buy in Portland because Portland is so beautiful, you know. And so I really want persons to come out and play an active role in the life of the Community Development Committee, because it will help really to change the life of not just the community, but Jamaica on a whole.
All right, thank you so much, Carol. And so, Jamaica, if you can make it over to Port Antonio, to Boundbrook in particular, please come on out. And to all Portlanders, there's a lot of stuff happening here at the Boundbrook CDC Community Business Expo and Night Village right here at Boundbrook Pavilion. This is Garth Graham, turning it back over to studio for the final time. Muta, take it away.
Yeah, man, give thanks. That was a live link from the 3rd annual SDC Night Village at Boundbrook Pavilion in Port Antonio. It came to you courtesy of the Social Development Commission, building communities, building Jamaica. And I guess that was the last link we have with that. So, here we go. Yeah, this is the Steppin razor, the art of war. We're there with you. This is an important announcement from the National Water Commission. The National Water Commission is advising that as part of its ongoing non-revenue water reduction program, it will be conducting system maintenance works in several sections of the corporate area. These works will result in water supply disruptions today, Thursday, October the 11th, 2018, from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., Friday, October 12, 2018. Areas affected will include Garden Town, Ligony, Hope Pastures, Mona, Hope Road, Long Mountain, Barbican, New Kingston, Crossroads, Mountain View, Vineyard Town, Harbour View, Palisades Strip, several sections of downtown Kingston and Trenchtown. Customers are urged to store water for use during this period. That was an important announcement from the National Water Commission. We say give thanks, so they're on the up now. Give thanks for young who leave at about little before 5. Give thanks to Shamara, who even though she's not present physically, but make sure say certain things work out on the program. Give thanks for Neil, who come in as young, trip out, Neil trip in. Give thanks to the operator. I can't remember her name, but I'm going to call her the tall one. She's the tallest lady I know, the operator here. And I want to tell